first thing is, there's nothing wrong with snacking, even if you have got a fat loss goal. If you're working towards a fat loss goal, try and include your snacks as part of your daily calorie allowance. If you do feel like you're snacking a lot throughout the day, are you also eating proper meals and getting good quality nutrition in as part of your meals? Are you including a decent sized portion of protein as part of your meal? Are you including vegetables or fruit or some sort of low calorie bulk to that meal? And are you feeling satisfied after you've eaten that meal? So are you feeling like you're satisfied in terms of you're not hungry? And also, are you feeling satisfied in terms of you've enjoyed what you've eaten? What I often find is that when people have a fat loss goal, they tend to eat quite small meals or skip meals because they think that's what they need to do to reduce their calories. But then they end up eating lots of snacks and often consuming more calories than they would have consumed if they just had eaten bigger portions at meal times. Now, if that's not what is causing you to snack, if it's not that you're hungry, just have a think about what is it that is making you reach for those snacks. Is it a habit? Because sometimes we get into a habit of eating certain things at a certain time of day or eating a certain snack if we're having a hot drink. Is it that you're particularly craving a certain food that you haven't been including in your diet? You do not have to cut out any particular food or food group unless there's a medical reason for doing so. So do try and include a little bit of what you fancy as part of your normal daily calorie allowance. Now, if you're listening to all of this and you're just thinking, none of that applies to me, I'm just simply eating it because it's there, then another trick that you can use is simply making it less accessible. So keeping it in a cupboard that's hard to get to, keeping it in a difficult to reach place, or not having it in the house. Just a quick example of this, I'm really partial to a cherry Pepsi Max, and we often buy 24 bottles from Costco. Now, we keep those bottles of cherry Pepsi Max in the garage, so I have to make a real effort if I want one to go and get one. And that really helps me to moderate how much of it I drink, because if it was in the kitchen and it was easy to get to, I would definitely have more than one a day and it wouldn't last very long. But by just putting that little barrier in there of having it somewhere that's a bit more difficult to get to, I've literally got to get up, go down to the garage, turn the light on in the garage, all that kind of stuff. It just puts that little barrier in place and it makes me think, do I actually really want one? So it's just given me that little moment to pause before going and grabbing something. And that might be something that you can do with snacking as well. Is there somewhere out of reach that you can keep it, just to give you enough time to pause and think, do I actually want that?